Hello, my beautiful soul family, and welcome to another episode of Unshackled. I'm Jo Draper, I'm your host, and today we are talking about consistency. Being consistent over time will get you results. Any results in your life that you're seeking, the key is consistency. What happens for so many people is we have these hopes and dreams, and it starts to get very uncomfortable. And what happens is we have this little finger monkey, and it latches onto our finger, and it starts to tell us all the reasons why we shouldn't do it. It's too hard, you're too old, you're too young, you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, you don't have enough money, you don't have enough time, you don't have enough resources. This is the finger monkey latching on. The brain just wants to take the path of least resistance, stay at status quo, stay as what is easy, what is comfortable. But the problem with what is comfortable, this is not where we achieve our hopes and dreams. I spoke about this on the very first episode, episode 1, and it was all about taking action, taking messy action, inspired action. If you want to jump back and re-listen to that one or listen to that one, please feel free to do so, where I've delved into this a little bit more. I want to share with you a little story. So the other night I caught up with a friend for dinner, and we were talking about motorbikes in Thailand and how dangerous they are and how the roads are so busy. And while I totally agree with that, they are dangerous and the roads are very busy, I also had a realization of what a journey I have been on with riding a scooter in Asia. I first hired a scooter maybe 5-6 years ago in Bali, and I remember I was in Ubud. It was really busy. It was about 5 or 6 at peak hour traffic time, and I rode my scooter down into the street, and there was so much traffic, and I completely freaked out. I felt so unconfident on it. I was so uncomfortable. I did not have the confidence to ride my scooter in the traffic. I pulled over, I parked my scooter on the side of the road, and then the next morning I got up really early in the morning, picked it up, I rode my scooter back to the rental place, dropped it off, and didn't ride it again. I was terrified of riding scooters. There's chickens to look out for, there's traffic, there's dogs, there's everything coming at you, there's other scooters, there's cars on the roads, and I just felt really unconfident in riding my scooter. And what happened is consistency over time. I hired another scooter, I rode it again, and I did it again, and I still felt uncomfortable. I still felt the fear, but I continued to do it because I knew that being able to do this was going to give me a whole nother level of freedom. And this was something I really desired. This was my why. This is why I desired to learn how to ride a scooter. It's easier, it's quicker, you can get around, you can move on your own timetable. You don't have to rely on taxis or drivers. You can go when you want to go. You can go off the beaten track. And this is what appealed to me. So for me, it was like, I just need to learn how to do this. I just need to build my confidence. And now I ride my scooter every day. I ride in a lot of traffic because it is a skill that I have honed over time through consistency. Consistency over time will get you results. So I want you to think about this from a perspective of a child. When you're a child, you don't have all these limitations. You believe you can do things. You believe you're a superhero, you're a fairy, you're a transformer, whatever it is you want to believe, you believe it. And it's just through our conditioning, through our upbringing, through society, we start to have these self-doubts. We start to doubt ourselves and our abilities, and we lose this magic of what if I could be anything? What if I could go to the moon? What if I could turn into a unicorn? What if I could transform my body into a car? And then as we get older, these belief systems kick in, we start to doubt ourselves, and we don't have this same unwavering belief in ourselves that I can truly do anything. When you look at a baby learning English for the first time, learning how to speak, the baby messes up their words. They say mama and dada and gaga and whatever else comes out of their mouth. We don't laugh at them and say, oh my God, you got English wrong. You should stop speaking now. You should give up on the English language because you don't know how to speak English or whatever language it is. No, we fail. We try again. We fail. We laugh. Everybody laughs at us. They think it's cute. We say some word completely wrong, but everybody's so excited. Look at them having a go. When we learn to walk, nobody just sat there and thought, nope, I'm not walking. I'm not doing this whole walking thing until I've mastered it. In fact, I'm not walking until I learn how to run a marathon. Think how that would pan out for you. It simply wouldn't. What we do is we get up, we fall on our butts, we get up and we do it again. We try again, we fall down, we hurt ourselves. We learn from that. Okay, that time that really hurt my butt, that hurt my finger. I'm going to try this a different way. I'm going to grab onto something different. And every time we're having these little failures, we're actually learning how to do it. We get up, we fall down, we stop, we learn how to do it again a different way. And eventually we learn how to walk. Eventually we learn how to run. Eventually we learn how to talk. So stepping back into that childlike personality of like, I'm going to get this. I desire to work and I'm going to try until I get it. I don't perceive this as failure. I see this as part of the journey, part of the path that I need to fall down and get back up again. But I am going to learn how to walk. I am going to learn how to talk. We haven't had all this conditionings of the reasons why we shouldn't, why we're not good enough, why we can't have it. So I want you to go back in time and I want you to think about, connect to your 5-year-old self. What were you doing? Who did you want to be? What was your personality like? Did you used to dress up and believe you were a princess? Did you used to have a dream of going to the moon? It didn't matter how, it was the why I wanted to do it. The how didn't matter. You didn't think about that. You weren't using your analytical brain to break it down. Connect to that feeling. Who did I want to be? What were my dreams and aspirations? Connect to that little invincible 5-year-old self and think, who am I? If I could have anything in the world, time, resources was not an option. Money is not an option. I can have anything in the world. What would it look like? What car would I drive? What house would I live in? Where would I live in the world? What would my relationship look like? Connect to those feelings. Ask yourself those questions. Bask in that energy. What does it feel like? How do I feel free? What does that look like for me? There is no limitations at all in the world. What does my life look like? Am I living in a massive mansion on the beach? Am I living in a little eco village in the middle of the woods where it's quiet and peaceful, and that's what truly lights me up? Nothing is holding you back. You can have anything in the world. Connect to that. What does it look like? Bask in the energy of what that feels like. So funny because as I was about to record this podcast today, I had a session with one of my clients and I have full permission to share this with you. I've been working with this client for a little while and there's been lots of blocks. So she is a yoga teacher and a good yoga teacher. And she did her yoga training quite a few years ago and never really had the confidence to step up as a yoga teacher. And there has been opportunities for her to teach yoga, and she has always found a way to get out of it. And we've been doing lots of work together, and it's really identifying this when this finger monkey is latching on and telling you all the reasons why you shouldn't do it. You're not ready, you haven't had enough experience, you don't have the confidence, you might say the wrong thing. Next thing you know, we're cancelling the class and we're not going ahead with it. And firstly, I want to give a massive shout out to her because she ran her first class this week and it was amazing and all the fears were there and everything was coming up, but she's learnt how to process it differently. She's learnt how to recognize those fears and do it anyway, feel the fear and walk with it anyway. And we've been having so many conversations around consistency over time. You've just got to get out. You've got to do it. You've got to feel the discomfort because the next time will get easier and easier and easier. And when we apply this technique in any area of our lives, we can start to replicate this in other areas of our lives. And the craziest thing happened. So this week she ran her first yoga class. It went amazingly. Yeah, there were a few little things. And since this class, all these opportunities have just started to open up in her world. Somebody's reached out to ask if she can do a photo shoot for a surf store. These other people are asking and reaching out, can you do a yoga class for us? And it's like when we expand our horizon, when we change the frequency of our vibration, we become an energetic match for something different. Now, those experiences may have already been there in her reality, but she was not open to those experiences. She didn't feel ready, so they're not going to come in. So I want you to know for yourself there are so many realities out there available to you, but you're not tuned into the frequency. You're not on the right radio station. You're not tuned into that radio station where you're going to receive those opportunities, receive the relationship, receive the money. But the way we get to do there is pushing through the discomfort, and this is through consistency over time. What I want to do, guys, is I'm going to share with you now some actionables that you can really implement that is going to help you connect to this consistency, to help you get off the on again, off again bandwagon. This is something that is so common. We use this motivation, this force, this power, and we go really good for a day, a week, maybe even 6 months, and then we fall off the bandwagon. So number one is get clear on your why. Why do I want this? Something that's really common, actually every single client that has ever come to me to build an online business, the first thing they share with their fears, they share their fears of putting themselves in the online space. What will somebody think of me from my past? What will my high school friends that I haven't seen for 20, 30 years, what will they think of me? What if people judge me? What if I say the wrong thing? Every single person has had these fears. And when I tell them I have had these fears as well, every single one of them, they are shocked every single time. And the only difference is that willingness to feel the fear and walk with it anyway. I've been uncomfortable again and again and again, but my why is so strong. I will continue to show up. I will continue to be consistent, no matter how uncomfortable, no matter how much that finger monkey latches on and tells me why I shouldn't do this, why it's too hard, why it's too draining. My why is stronger. My why and my vision is so clear that nothing is going to derail me. And we have days where maybe we're not as motivated, or we have self-doubt and it starts to creep in. We all have these days. But connect to that why. My why is stronger. My why will keep me going. My why will allow for consistency over time. One thing I've seen consistently over the years is women coming up to their wedding, and they might start eating healthy, they might start going to the gym because they have this goal to lose weight for their wedding. Their why is so strong, all of a sudden they can stick to the diet, they can stick to the healthy eating. I shouldn't use the word diet, it's not a good word. They can stick to the healthy eating, they can stick to the working out, whatever it is. Wedding's over and then it all drops off. But at that time, their why was so strong. So what is your why? Make it so strong that it's going to be sustainable, that it's going to be enough to give you the motivation to stay consistent over time. Number 2 is getting really clear on the voice in your head. When you can bring awareness to this, this is an absolute game changer. And this is exactly what's happening for my client at the moment. She has this newfound awareness. She knows when the finger monkey is latching on. Because the thing is, it's not going to magically disappear. This voice in your head doesn't all of a sudden stop. It's always there, but it's how you manage it. So get clear when it's doing it. And this is the really sneaky thing. This voice in your head, this finger monkey that is latching on, convinces you it is fact, convinces you it is true, all the reasons why you shouldn't do it, all the reasons you should stop. So when you become so aware and so clear that that voice in your head is just trying to stay in comfort, to keep you safe, to keep status quo, and be aware of it and choose. You can be there. Those thoughts can come in, but I choose not to let them overrun me. I choose not to let them be in control. You can come along for the ride. You can sit in the passenger seat because I know you're there anyway, but I've got my hands on the steering wheel. I'm in control of this show. Number 3, try to remove the emotion. If you were looking at your life like you are watching it on a screen, you're sitting back, you're watching it all play out. It's like it's somebody else's life. What advice would you give them? What would you tell them? How would you tell them to show up? You wouldn't doubt them. You wouldn't criticize them. So just be the observer. Take the emotion out of it. Is this level of emotion warranted for this particular event or particular thing that I'm getting so worked up about? Will I be okay? If the worst case scenario happens, will I still be okay? I ask my clients this question all the time, and nobody has ever come back to me and said, no, I won't be. Every single time, 100%, they know they will be okay. Even if I fail, even if I stumble my words, even if I lose my money, whatever the fear is, address it, bring it to the light, take the emotion out of it. Will I be okay? Yes, I will. Is this fact or fiction? Am I creating the story of all these things that could possibly go wrong when the chances are they won't? Every time when I break this down with my clients, the chances of it actually happening is so slim, but we attach our minds to this tiny little snippet of something that could go wrong, might go wrong, should go wrong. And when we break it down, most of the time it's bullshit anyway. Number 4, release this all or nothing belief. This is how people get stuck on this on again, off again bandwagon. Is we have a bad day, we miss the gym. This is really common, right? So, and I know so many listeners will be having a chuckle because we've all done this. I eat one thing bad, and then we step into this mindset of, well, I've ruined the day anyway, I might as well just eat everything bad. So instead of the one chocolate, it turns out to be chocolate and a packet of crisps and some cake or whatever else, and we go on this downward spiral. No, you just slipped off the bandwagon a little bit. You're a human. It is okay. And it's how we show up for ourselves when we do fall off the bandwagon to determine how quickly we get back on. So you can slip into that. Okay, you can have a chocolate bar when you're trying to be super healthy and all of the things. And you can have an attitude of like, okay, it's all over. I can't do this. I'm no good. We on this downward spiral. Or you can accept it. I'm human. Yes, I did it. It is okay. I get back on. It doesn't really matter. I missed a day at the gym. I'm human. It's okay. Tomorrow I go again. It's not all or nothing. We can slip up. We are human beings and we need balance in our life. We're not robots that has to do everything 100% perfectly all the time. No, we slip up. We fall down. We have days we're highly motivated. Other days we're not so motivated. Other days we might have a drink or want to eat a pie or just, it's okay. You're a human being. Do it, enjoy it, embrace it, and get back up. Number 5 is claim it. Just claim it. Have your dream, your goal, your aspiration, and just tell people, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm striving for. We often get really embarrassed. It's like we don't want to tell people because in case it fails, in case it doesn't work out, then they'll never know. They'll never know that I had these dreams or these aspirations. So I'll just keep it to myself and not really tell anybody what I truly desire. And when we just put it out there and we draw this line in the sand, like this is who I am, this is what I stand for, this is what I'm creating, this unwavering faith in myself that I know I can do this, I know I can bring this in, I know I can make this happen. And trust in yourself so much. Hold this faith. Claim it. Claim it to your friends. Claim it to people you love. Claim it online. Claim it wherever you feel called to. And it's about, and I've claimed things. I remember telling people that I want to build this online business, that I want to write a book. Like, I'm not an author. What will people think of me? But you know what? I can be, and I can learn how to do it. And I can work with a book coach that can help me work out how to do it. I can learn about online publishing, on self-publishing, on traditional publishing. I can learn all of these things. So I'm claiming it and I'm doing it. So there you go, guys. That's my claim of what I'm creating. It's actually been in the pipeline for quite a while and the book is written. It's just there's certain stages that still have to happen and still have to unfold. But share with me, what are you claiming? What is it you desire to bring in? Claim it out now. Put it out there to the universe, to everybody. This is what I'm bringing in. I've had huge shifts recently by doing this, by claiming something and setting a standard and saying, this is what I stand for, this is what I declare, and I accept nothing else. And when I've done this and I've truly meant it and I've put my energy behind it, things have transformed at rapid rates. Things have come in at rapid rates that I've never been able to create before. And I've been able to create this in record timing. So claim it. Drop a comment below. Reach out to me on Instagram. Tell me, what are you claiming? What are you declaring to the universe that you're bringing in, that you're manifesting, that you're going to create? And let me know. Guys, thanks so much for joining me on another episode. I love connecting with you in this way. I'm loving the energy behind these podcasts. I'm loving all of my listeners. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being on this journey with me. If this resonates for you, if you have learned something from this, please share this. Send this to your friends. Share this on your socials. Connect with me on Instagram at iam.jodraper or my website jodraper.com. Share the love. So much love and gratitude, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode.